Hey, okay. So my name is Dara, and I am currently doing all of the hormone injections and exciting things that are necessary in order to cryogenically freeze some eggs. I'm 33 years old and a cisgendered female in the United States. So anyway, I really kind of felt like I had no idea what I was getting into when I started doing this, and I had my first shots yesterday, and it was a little bit terrifying and overwhelming. So I kind of looked around on YouTube for a bunch of videos, and I felt like everything that I saw was like from nurses and like really helpful, like from a this is what you do and how you do it if you know what you're doing perspective. But I kind of felt like it would be nice if there was someone that I could watch that was kind of going through what I was going through. And so here we are. I basically have like a whole mess of stuff on the counter here, and I'm going to show you what I have. And then I'm going to do all of this together. So no promises what this is going to look like. But it's real, I suppose. Okay, so on the counter here, there is the calendar that I got from my fertility clinic. If you can actually read that, probably don't try to DIY that at home. It's specifically made for me based on my ultrasound and blood panels and all kinds of other metabolic stuff. Okay, so in addition to that, let me see if I can figure out a way to like make this look good. Okay, so there's a bunch of different kinds of medication, right? There's 5. So right now I'm doing 2 different meds. I have to do Menopur and I have to do Gonal. So this one is refrigerator only. So is this Cetrotide, but I don't use this until my OBGYN tells me to. Similar with the Leuprolide, those will start at the same time later, sometime after my 5th day ultrasound, and that's my specific protocol. And then I have Pregnal as well, which is what they call the trigger medication. So I'll do that one time at some point when they tell me. After I start the Leuprolide and Cetrotide, basically at some point they're going to tell me, after I'm kind of going in and out, because I'll probably have to go in for like daily or every other day ultrasounds and checkups and stuff, I think blood tests, they'll eventually tell me to do the Pregnal trigger at some specific time. So the other 2 things that I'm currently taking are vitamin D, because again, specifically for my blood work, I was a little bit low on vitamin D. And then a prenatal, they specifically wanted me to take that for folic acid, which is apparently something specific that they want all folks to be on. I personally will just be doing egg removal at this point. I'm not going to be doing IVF. So I'll just be taking the prenatals during this process. Hopefully we'll get enough eggs, like in 1, maybe 2 cycles, but there's really no way to tell. They kind of don't really know what you'll get until you do it. So TBD, how that's all going to go. So, okay. I need to clear off some space, and then I need to sanitize the area. So all of this stuff came for me via mail order pharmacy. So what that kind of meant was I got a ton of stuff all at once in the mail. It actually came from a courier, which was kind of neat. So I had to specifically sign. All these little packets are different types of needles, syringes. These are mixing needles. So something interesting that I learned is that when you are preparing medication to be injected, you probably need a long mixing needle and then a smaller injection needle, at least for me and for these types of medications. So today I'm going to need none of the injection stuff for Pregnal, none of the ones for Leuprolide, but I will need Menopur. So I can put this is the box that everything shipped in, which is huge. 2 of my medications, like I said, need to be refrigerated. So there was like a ton of boxes for that, and they're taking up a whole shelf in my fridge. Okay, so for Menopur, so one of my sections of Menopur also came kind of in these little like bonus canisters. So I need one of these little buddies, which is the injection needle for Menopur. Menopur comes with these interesting things called Q-caps. So it mixes without a needle, which I kind of had to like learn how to do. And my girlfriend was here yesterday. She's a little bit more familiar with like injections and stuff. She works with them like for medical reasons, so it was really confusing for both of us, TLDR. So we kind of had to figure that out. My pharmacy and my fertility clinic have been really great with a ton of classes, kind of like showing you how everything works, so you can like understand and learn, but really nothing's quite the same as like having to do it for yourself, which is why I kind of figured this would be interesting. So I don't read my schedule anymore, but I do have like this page of really extensive notes that I wrote really small. So I'm going to be referring to this for myself while we do this. Okay, so first I need to wash my hands. That's important. So we will do that. My girlfriend was making fun of me because I bought literal new soap specifically for this because I was running out of hand soap in the bathroom, and I was like, oh, I'll just use body wash from the shower. Don't do that for this. It's like actually important for everything to be sanitary. Oh, that's my alarm reminding me that I need to do this, so hang tight. So I'm sure we don't want to listen to that beep the whole time. Thank you, little alarm. Okay, cool. So, soap done, back in its little home. All right, so they also sent me, I'm gonna say infinite numbers of alcohol prep pads. Not infinite numbers, but a bunch. So, one of the other things that's hard for me to get used to, because I'm not used to really touching needles and stuff a lot, is you kind of have to like sanitize everything. So, first, we're gonna sanitize the counter, because I had all that stuff sitting here. So, we will clear this off just in case anything touches it. All right. I also have a big trash basket on the floor here because annoyingly this makes a ton of trash. So, all right, we are doing Menopur. So, this Menopur is kind of cool. It comes, I get a lot of it for my injection. I don't know if everybody gets this much. I only really know mine. But you can kind of see there's two different things that come in this package. There's 4 little vials, but there's 2 different types, right? These 2 are the same as the ones I just took out. So you have 2 different things, right? One is like this liquid stuff, and one is like this little powder shenanigans. And they have different color caps. So for me, the pink cap is the powder, and the clear cap, or the grayish silver cap, is what's called diluent. Basically, like if you've ever heard the word dilute, it's just the liquid that you use to dilute and mix the powder. So for me, my amount that I need is 1 milliliter of the diluent and 2 full vials of the powder. So what we are going to do, and this is what I was saying is the Q cap. So this is basically like the custom mixer cap that comes with these vials and goes with this syringe. So basically what I have to do is I have to pop the little topper off here. It's kind of like a pain in the butt, honestly. It makes that clicking sound though. So I have the little top off, so I'm gonna throw that away because I don't need it anymore. What I do need it is another alcohol pad. So I have a feeling we're gonna have to buy more prep pads, but such is the way these things go. Okay, so I have kind of wiped off the top of that, and I have to put it flat on the counter. So I think I'm gonna like give you like a little angle there. I'm hanging out in this sports bra because I have to do the injections kind of on my abdomen, so I'm going to be able to see it without me like trying to manipulate a tank top and like showing it to you. Okay, so what we do next is we take this Q-cap packet, peel it open, and so the nurse that I worked with basically said to leave the Q-cap in its little holster so you don't like touch it or desanitize anything. And it basically like it sticks in there. So it's got like a little, like it looks like a little needle thingy on there. So it will pierce the top of this diluent vial and I'll be able to screw the syringe on. So what I'm going to do is I can literally, like it's not going to come out. So I'm going to basically just pop it on there. You kind of hear it and feel it click. And then I'm going to take the little wrapper off there. Okay. So gonna keep throwing out trash. All right, I'm just gonna refer to my notes really quick. Okay, so we're doing Menopur, wipe, vial, clear, push down, don't Oh yeah, don't touch this little topper. Because if you touch the little topper with your hands, you gotta re-sanitize everything. Okay, so now I need the syringe, which is this doodad. So something that I thought was kind of interesting, like as a layperson, is syringe has nothing to do with needles. It is just, let me take this out so you can see it. Everything comes in these little sanitary packs. So the syringe is just, there's no needle, you can see, right? It's just like the label plunger vibe. So it has a little like screw cap on there. You can kind of like see the threads on the inside. So I can't like pick this up and show it to you because you're supposed to keep it flat on the table. But essentially, the first thing you have to do, which I didn't really think about, is you kind of use a syringe and the air inside to displace the water and have it like automatically fill up, which sounds weird. I'll show you what I mean. Basically, you draw the syringe, let's see if you can see it at the same time as me. Okay, you draw the syringe back to the amount that you want of the water, so, or the diluent. So I want 1 milliliter, so I'm gonna pull that plunger back all the way to 1, right? So, sorry, it's like kind of blurry. So you wanna pull it all the way back. So before you connect it to the diluent, right? So then I'm gonna come on here, I'm gonna hold gently on the Q cap. I'm gonna screw that on till basically I can like pick it up, yeah. So then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna basically press, this is called a plunger, I'm gonna press the plunger down with my thumb, and then I'm gonna invert, so flip it over, invert the vial, and then withdraw back to make sure 1 milliliter of the diluent comes out. If I let it go, which I probably will, it'll start to fill up, but it may not go all the way back to be 1. So I'll show you what I mean. So here we go. Let's press the plunger down. Then we're gonna flip. And then I kind of have to see this at the same time. So, all right, if I just let go, it almost goes all the way, right? It's like almost there. So I'm just gonna give it that last little pull to get what I need. It seems like it's short, so there we go. Good. Okay, so now we've got that 1 ml of diluent in there. So now I'm holding it upside down right with the diluent. So I need to remove the vial with the Q cap still on the syringe. This is weird, and I had kind of a hard time with it the other day, so I might have a hard time with it again. Let's find out. It's kind of likes to stick on there. So, and I'm always afraid like I'm gonna bust the container. Okay, so you kind of just need to like pull it at sort of an angle till it kind of pops out there, right? Okay, so this little buddy, we're done with her, so she can go on the floor. Apparently, I'll get her right now. All right, into the trash with you. Okay, so now what we need is one of these vials of powder. So, gotta pop the topper off of there. Throw some more stuff sort of on the floor, but not really. This is kind of always interesting because I didn't have to do it this way last time my girlfriend was here. And I had an extra pair of hands. Okay, so basically you gotta clean off the top of that vial, make sure it is all good to go. Trash the used prep pad. Now, I'm gonna put this one also flat on the table, pierce it with the Q cap and that vial. Now I am going to, just reading this, okay, injecting the diluent into the powder. So here, let's do this so you can see it. Step out of your way. Okay. So now, again, plunger down into the diluent, and then I'm gonna swirl it, which is like super awkward, but you'll see. Okay, so diluent in. You want to keep your finger on the plunger because otherwise it's going to try to suck it back up while you're doing stuff. So it says slowly swirl. What does that mean? I don't really know. Basically, I'm just waiting to make sure that the Menopur is all dissolved, which it is. So now I'm going to do that same thing where I flip it back over and I'm going to get the diluent that now has half of the amount of Menopur that I need in there back into the syringe. So we're gonna flip this over. And basically the diluent amount is still gonna be 1 milliliter. The powder doesn't really add anything to it. So we are gonna pull this buddy back. Get that good 1 ml. Cool, so you can kind of see like there's really nothing left in here. It's empty. So now I'm gonna remove this Q cap again. Struggle is real. There we go. Maybe by the end of this I'll be good at that. Okay, now we need to open another one of these. Another prep pad. Probably not super sanitary to do that with your mouth. I probably wouldn't recommend that. Maybe do this with a buddy, partner, friend, sibling, parent, guardian, or maybe think it through before you try to do it so that people can watch you. Anyway, cleared now. So same vibe. We are going to pop this on here, and then we are going to put the diluent with the first amount into this vial. Hold the plunger down. Give it a gentle swirl. I don't really know how long I'm supposed to do this for. Okay. All right, cool. So that looks well dissolved to me. So now what we are gonna flip up again. Let me get that so you can see me. Okay, flipped up again. So now, again, we're gonna pull that syringe back to pull out that 1 milliliter of diluent. Again, this could be different for you or for whatever your protocol is. Please don't listen to me for amounts of anything. This is just like this is more about the strategy of things. Okay, so now we are going to take you off. See, again, there's nothing left in there. Okay, so now what we need to do is I'm going to toss this out. Actually, I need another set of prep pads here. So what we're going to do is now we have our lovely little injection needle. So we need to liberate this little buddy from its home. Okay, got her out there. So we're gonna take off, right? Yeah, okay. So then we got to take off the Q cap. And we gotta give you a little needle friend here. So we gotta twist her on. Okay. So now I'm going to put this down for a second because I need to basically sanitize my lovely abdomen. So it's clearly my favorite part of this. So basically what they tell you for these injections is you want them kind of like, let's see here. Okay, so you want them kind of like in your, my best friend Cassie calls it her fupa, like in your like soft little tum-tum area here. Essentially like diagonally down from your belly button. So I kind of have been like making this like belly button triangle vibe, or at least that's what I did yesterday. So I did one on the left and one on the right. So we're gonna do the same thing today, except I'm gonna just switch which side I injected each medication on. So for this one today, we're gonna do it on the left, which probably looks like the right to you. But I did it on the opposite side yesterday. So, here we are. Okay. So now we have to open up the needle. Maybe. There we go. Okay. This smells like medication and it freaks me out and it makes me so uncomfortable. But, okay, so when you are doing a subcutaneous injection, it needs to be at a 90-degree angle. You have to basically press the plunger, hold it for 5 seconds, keep your finger on the plunger, and remove the needle. It's basically no fun. I basically last time just like stared at myself until I could convince myself to stab, which is really awkward. So you want to make sure that you are like got all your air out. So we got right there. Okay, cool. So, stabbing yourself is really awkward and stressful. So I guess maybe this way is probably more helpful. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, cool. So you can see there's like no blood or anything. It's just like weird and stressful and awkward to like stab yourself. But okay, so now you want to recap your needle till it clicks, and then you can take it out of the syringe, and you should have a sharps basket. So you want to put the needle into the sharps basket. The plunger, the Q-cap, all the other stuff here. This is all just trash, so into my trash basket it goes. Whew, okay, that was number 1. So I'm actually going to just like open up my alcohol pad for prep on the other side, because the Gonal F, which is the second one we're going to do, pretty much comes with everything in the kit. So this is a Gonal F pen kit. So basically everything you need comes in here. So if you can open it. Okay, so here we go. So I just kind of peeled from the lift section. It comes with a little instruction manual, but since I've done this yesterday, I don't need it. So we're just gonna get that out of here. And you can see inside it comes with the needle pen, the needle ends that you need, and also what's called the pen. So for this one, this is just some extra jelly wet from the Menopur. For this one, I'm going to take the plastic thing out because it's just easier to handle. I'm going to open this little basin that has the needles. Take one of those puppies out. I'm going to take out this pen. So my dosage for the Gonal F is actually 300 UIs? 300 IUs, which is the whole pen. So that does make this a little bit easier for me than it might for someone else that has to like be specific about how much of this and then restoring it and things like that. But that said, so for me, I'm going to clean my site with the alcohol pad first actually for this one, because it's pretty quick for the rest of it. So again, this is just like kind of on the other side of my tummy. You can see a little pink spot where I injected the other one. So you can see here, just wiping down. Okay. All right. So now what we are going to do is we are going to, this pen has like a little window on it, and you turn this little capper clockwise until you get to your dosage. So I'm going to turn it to 300. So I just have to look at it to see what clockwise is. So we're going to just click. The doses start pretty small, like 12 or 12.5. So I'm at 87.5 now, 100. So you can see the little cap is pulling back here, which means it's drawing the medication into the part of the pen that is going to distribute it, kind of like the syringe portion, because we're going to put the needle on the end. So instead of having all of those like little jars and stuff, it's just all pre-mixed in here. Probably because this one's refrigerated, it's like more stable in a way. Or I guess it's less stable because it has to be refrigerated, but it's all the bits in one. Okay, so you can see we are clicked up to my dosage, which is 300. So now, this is a pen because it's got a little cap on it, so you take the cap off. So you can kind of see inside, there's a dosage label on there that says 300. I hope you can see this. I've got kind of a bit of a glare. One of the things the nurse also told me is in order to know if the medication is good, like if you had extras or just if you weren't sure, it should be clear like water inside. They're not cloudy or anything. So now what we're going to do, because we haven't touched any of this, so it's all sanitary, we're going to peel the top off of the needle. We're not going to touch either of these. We're just going to put them together. Twist. So this needle has 2 caps. It's got this like outer cap and this little inner buddy here. So we're going to keep this on the side because we're going to put it all back together before we put it in the sharps container. Whew, okay, so same deal, subcutaneous injection. So we're going to go 90 degrees. Let me give you, actually, if I just step back. Okay, so if I just step back, I guess you can see this lesson learned. Maybe I'll like cover my cheek there. So this one's got a little green secondary cover, so we're gonna pop that little buddy off, and then we're gonna do subcut on the right side because we're gonna do half and half, right? So same idea here. It's gonna be poke, press, hold for 5 while still pressing, remove, and then let go. If I remember from yesterday, this one does like suck back out. So you don't want to like have it in there when you let go of the plunger and then like do anything to your insides. That just seems like antithetical to what we're doing here. So, okay. So 90 degrees again. And then thumb on the plunger. Press. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remove. Let go. It only pops out like a little, but still, doesn't seem necessary. But it's okay. Before we get into rambling, little green cap back on there. And then white cap on there as well. Screw to remove. Ta-da. This in the sharps trash. This is done. Goes in the regular trash. And that's everything for right now. Like I said, there's other medications that I'll have to do later. Some of them are kits. I think almost all of them are subcutaneous injections. I also just need to generally take my pills and my vitamins and stuff. But that's kind of all of it. It's super terrifying. Frankly, it was less scary today than it was yesterday. I did have someone with me yesterday, which I do recommend just if you possibly can. Even if it's just someone remote on a call with you. So if you forget to like wipe something with an alcohol pad, they can stop you and remind you and just let you know. And just if you're nervous, because I was really nervous, just like talk you through it and like be calm and be with you. I know it's like, I basically don't hang out with anyone except my partner who was here. Like she and I just like did this together. And my brother, because we're in the middle of a pandemic and it's a weird time to be doing anything. But I know that if I had needed someone online or remotely to kind of just like be there with me, even though they're not like physically here, that would have really been super helpful for me too. Anyway, I'm definitely not an expert. I work in software. I don't do anything with nursing. I've never touched a needle this much before in my whole life. So feel free to comment and ask questions. I will tell you what I know. I will also probably tell you that I don't know things because I am not certified to give medical advice in any capacity. I just thought that this would be a nice thing that I wished I had when I was looking at research for these sorts of things. Anyway, we're coming up on 30 minutes. Again, if you have questions or anything, feel free to ask me. I will probably say I don't know if it's a medical question, but if it's, how did you hear about this? Why are you doing it? Like, what kind of resources did I have? I'm happy to share personal things. I'm pretty much an open book, so let me know how I can help you. Good luck if you're thinking about doing this. And I guess thanks for giving a crowd about me and what I'm doing. I'll try to keep this updated with maybe some follow-ups with the other meds as that happens. But that's kind of all I got. Thanks. Good luck. Bye.